Hi, I'm Sean McCourt.
And I'm Lindsay Northern. Welcome to Behind the Emerald Curtain. Today we're off to see the wizards behind Wicked's special effects and projections.
Their unique talents work together to highlight the special moments of Wicked in a most Ozian way.
From the very beginning of Wicked, there are projections happening. You know, as a part of the curtain warmer, we've got Emerald City kind of twinkling with lights to augment what the scenery is already doing.
The design of Wicked evolved really sort of organically, and it started in San Francisco. It was a notion, again, that Joe Mantello had about sort of being able to really create specific magical moments within the context of the evening.
The initial ideas are dialogues with the director always, and the whole design team, and let's go through the whole show and talk about what we're looking for.
So we really had some pretty intense meetings about it, and also just sometimes of just spontaneous idea. Joe would just throw something out and say, can you make me this for this moment?
We were in San Francisco in the out-of-town tryout, and I was really struggling as the designer and everything we were creating with ones and zeros on a computer just felt very digital. One evening, the animators I was working with had the great idea to go to Home Depot and just get a bunch of supplies. And we had wood chips, dry ice from the props people, and a confetti cannon from the props people. And back into our studio we went and spent the entire evening basically just playing. We videotaped the wood chips swirling around. We played with the dry ice for hours. And what we discovered by going with actual objects and going with organic materials as opposed to digital, we were able to then have that aha moment of, yes, okay, this is how the projections need to be built. I like projections when they blend and collage with lighting. I seem to remember very clearly with Ken that I thought of it as us learning how to dance together.
But we would just really have conversations about very specific moments, specific transitions within the show. A transition is a fancy word from getting from scene to scene seamlessly and elegantly through music, choreography, lighting.
During the classroom scene,
Elphaba has just cast a spell on the classroom. She takes off.
And there's that great crazy music, and the choreography is this wonderful sort of electrified bodies and robotics and chaos.
The students are actually stuck or seem not to be paralyzed where they're standing.
At that moment, we're using some of the dry ice we shot on in the studio, and we're kind of running it very fast and frenetically.
It's all in time and rhythm with the score, the underscoring.
And at that point, we're kind of tumbling the smoke upstage, trying to blend with the movement of these actors who were kind of frenetically moving about stage.
From that sort of activity or choreography that Wayne Salento created, we then build that into the transition that takes us into the poppy field.
That dancing well together is what ultimately created what has been described by many, many people as the blending of those two worlds, so much so that you don't know what's lighting and what's projections. And are there projections? And there's been numerous times people said, there are projections in the show? And I have to say, great, I succeeded. Egotistically, I say, I blended so well that you can't even tell I'm there, but great, because if they leave the theater whistling the projections, I have failed miserably as a designer.